Hey everyone! This week I'm back with another Speedpaint video and we have Cindereki! So for those of you who don't know, Sk8 the Infinity made an official CD drama of Reiki as Cinderella, known as Cindereki and Lanka's Prince Charming, and there's a whole story about that, so go check that out if you haven't. And that's what my Speedpaint's about today. Just like normal, if there's any comments on how I can improve my videos, please let me know down in the comments below. Alright, let's get started. So just like normal, starting off with some basic shapes, and when I did my anatomy study, this is kind of how I decided to draw my stick figures or my layout for the piece. Moving on, we have some more defined shapes and character designs here. And heading into the speed paint, this time I decided to do something different. So I started off with doing some line art, but I wanted to try, what if I don't do line art this time? So I actually started with filling my colors in. So we have your typical base colors that I tried to include and make sure they looked okay with each other. I'm still trying to understand this whole color theory thing. So I started adding some shading to Wanga's hair, and then I realized, like always, oh no, I should do the background first, because if you've seen my past videos, whenever I get to the background, I am stuck. I do not know what to do, and I kind of crash and burn there. So this time I tried to figure that out, then went back to doing the shading and the highlights. So it's kind of a simple background, nothing special, just kind of a floor and some shadow. I keep flipping back and forth between the sketch that I imported and like without it, so I know where these lines are, and it was kind of difficult to see what I was doing. And I started adding some highlights, which I love doing to hair, and the piece really is coming together. There's actually some depth in this. Wow. So yeah, there was me just flipping back and forth because I have, once again, no clue where the lines are. I'm gonna be honest with you guys in the speed paint here. I have no clue what's going on right now or what I'm trying to figure out. Alright, I got it. I know what I'm doing. I'm doing the line art for the piece. So I know I said I wouldn't do that, but when I was recording towards the end of the video, I realized, hey, I did do the line art, but then I ended up switching my mind again towards the end. So what I'm doing right now is the normal procedure, lowering the opacity of my sketch layer and going around the different sections and filling it with line art. And next up we have an example of me doing photo bashing. So what that is on this blue layer of the dress that I already have, which is alpha locked, I create a mask on top of a photo that I imported that has a Cinderella dress texture. So we can see that over here. If we go slower, that was the texture of some dress that I found online. Tried to incorporate my own interpretation of the light, so the shadows, the highlights, that's why we can see me starting to paint over that. So the texture of the original photo is still kind of there, we can still see the lines. I probably should have left it at that, or before I added that, whatever those highlights are, because it did look really nice. However, it just doesn't match my style of drawing. So if I had just left it like the original texture, or with some minimal adjustments, it would be like, wow, that's a really nice dress, but it seems out of place with the piece. So I think where I am right now seems to match my style a lot better. Kind of use the texture that I found from the original Cinderella dress as a guideline. So currently adding some more shadows and highlights to the piece. So because I do have the liner in, there isn't as much flipping between the sketch layer and the non-sketch layer. But then when doing this, I did realize that I liked how the sketch layer looked a lot more than the line art. So I decided to keep that as like the line art of this piece, and I removed some parts that I didn't need, such as where Langa's Prince Charming outfit was supposed to end. Added a love hug, because this is the only love hug I'm trying to see. Adam, please go away. And that completes the piece.